A very good morning to all the students of class 9th. And students, this video is regarding the art integrated activities and project work which you have to do during the summer holidays. But before I move forward and give you the certain important instructions that how you have to prepare your project work or project files, I would like to discuss here the significance of art integrated learning activities which has been added to our curriculum now. Okay, so integration of art with subject content means art has become the medium of teaching and learning process, that is through the drawing and painting, dance, drama, music, etc. has become integral part of correlating with the subject theory, or simply its practical and experimental learning for child in the various disciplines. And as we know, art integration learning or the art integrated learning leads to overall growth and development of a student emotionally, physically and mentally. So inculcating skills like language skills, reasoning, questioning, critical thinking, decision making, problem solving, developing creativity and imaginative skills, finally which leads to deep understanding of the concepts of all the subjects in various methods of art integrated learning. So now, after understanding the significance and relevance of art integrated activities for understanding the subject matter, now let's move to some of the important instructions and guidelines which you have to follow while preparing your art integrated activities, and then later on I will be telling you something about project work. Okay. Now, as you can see, the first point, you are supposed to select any one topic under given form of activity for your completion of art integrated activity. So you will get lot of choices here. Okay, second is record the activities in the video. Whatever activity you will select, whatever activity you will perform in the form of art, that you have to record in the form of a video so that we can have a record. And this you have to do in the school uniform. While you are recording the video, you will be in your school uniform and you will give your complete introduction. Okay, you will address the school also, you will tell about your class section, and you will talk about your topic or the activity later on, but you should be in the school dress. It is important. Okay, video should not be more than 1 or 1.5 minutes. Okay, 1.5 minutes would be enough, not more than that. Fourth point is, you can see, choose the topic according to your interest and use resources that is easily available to you. So you will choose the topics according to your interest, as we will be giving you options here. We have 8 topics or 9 topics. From those topics you just have to select one topic according to your interest, and the resources or the material which you have to use is the material which is easily available at your home. Okay. Last instruction in preparing this file would be the activities will be evaluated and rewarded. So once you have completed these activities, you have made a video, you will submit to the subject teachers. We will keep a record of that. Once the school reopens, we will ask for those activities also, the models you have made, the charts you have, or whatever videos you have, and on the basis of that evaluations will be made, evaluated, and maybe rewards will also be given. Okay, and there can be an exhibition also. So you need to be very serious about these art integrated activities. So now I'm starting the topics, which were the topics which you can cover. So you can see here, topic 1, description of costume pattern of all the 3 states of France during 17th century. The first chapter which we are doing recently, that is French Revolution. In that we have studied about the states or about the society, the French society, in which we saw there were 3 states. Clergies were there, nobles were there. Okay, and the third state we saw various classes. Okay, so you have to mention the costumes. So you have to see description of the costume pattern of all the 3 states of the France society during 17th century. So this you will find in the first chapter of the history, and this activity you have to do in the form of paper quilling. Paper quilling, as you must be knowing, in the teachers day also I have seen many of the students using this method of paper. They fold the paper, they roll the paper in the various form. They make flowers and various designs by folding the colorful papers. Okay, so that is called paper quilling. Then the second topic is define, and you have to follow the form of the activity. Topic I have told you here, topic 1 was description of the costume, but that costume you have to show in the form of paper quilling. Okay, in the form of this activity you have to show. Now coming to the second topic, define the 3 staple crops of India. You have to discuss the 3 staple crops of India. Okay, and And activity what would be the form of activity? Original food grains. You have to get and collect original food grains in the form of beads and necklaces. It means jewelry making can also be called as jewelry making, where you will collect various 3 staple crops, and from those staple crops you will form a beads or necklace, like a jewelry which we wear in a neck, like a chain. Okay, then third topic you can see here, explain the various physical features of India. So this is the first chapter of geography which we have covered recently, and I've explained you in very detail, very nicely, very deeply we have done. And you will show the various features of India, like Himalayas, northern plains, peninsular plateau, deserts, coastal plains, islands, but in the form of, what will be the form of activity? The form of activity will be here drawing. You can draw it, or you can do the sketching, or caricature. What is caricature? A picture or a description of a person, or we can say any drawing, written or a spoken description. When we describe someone in the form of drawing, or we write something, or we speak something about any person or anything, that is called caricature. So in fact we can call this as model. You can also draw the model of the physical features of India. Fourth topic is here, highlight the importance of precautions during the current pandemic COVID-19 as a responsible citizen of India. So what are the precautions which has been told to you again and again in the class also? Okay, and we have given you many PDFs also where you various instructions were given. So as a citizen, what are the precautions which you had to follow and which you have been following during this pandemic of COVID-19? So this activity you have to do in the form of this small act, you can say here. Activate a small act or play in the form of small act or play of 1 and 2 minutes. Within this you have to show that as a responsible citizen, what are the important instructions and the guidelines you have to follow during the COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, then the fifth topic is Uttarakhand Devbhoomi. You can see fifth topic, Uttarakhand Devbhoomi. In this you have to show in the form of art the culture of Uttarakhand, geographical features of Uttarakhand, heritage sites, traditional dress, food, pilgrims, folk dance, folk song, folk ballad. Folk ballad means we can say a poem or a song narrating a story in a short stanza. Any poem or any song which is describing a very big story in a short stanza, that is called ballad. Okay, so but you don't have to cover all the things when we are discussing about this topic Uttarakhand Devbhoomi. You can take any of the topics, like you can take pilgrimage, okay, religious places in Uttarakhand, 1 or 2 you can take. You can take dance only, you can take heritage sites of Uttarakhand, or you can take about the culture or the geographical features of Uttarakhand. So any 2 or 3 topics from here you can pick up. And but what will be the form of activity, how you will perform this activity? So this activity you will do in the form of video or filmmaking. You can do a small video of Uttarakhand heritage or Uttarakhand dresses, or Uttarakhand, the various foods, cultural food. Okay, you can do photography, you can do sketching, you can make clay modeling, you can make any religious places of Uttarakhand through making clay modeling. You can do a video of dance performance on the view of folk dance, lyrics, compose a poem. So all these options, so many options are there. You can pick up any one from these upgiven headings, but you will follow these form of activities here which are shown here. Okay, then sixth topic is natural vegetation, flora and fauna, wildlife conservation. So here you have to talk about the natural vegetation, flora, plants, fauna, animals, wildlife conservation. And this you have to show in the form of it's written again, video you can make, filmmaking, photography, as a collage you can make, sketching, poster you can make on a save wildlife, but it should be very good. And seventh topic you can see here, imaginary story of a village from poverty to prosperity. Here you have to narrate a story, you have to create a story, or you can create a drama or a small skit, or you can write a poem where you will show an imaginary story, an imaginary picture of a village which has moved from poverty to prosperity. You have to show the growth and development of a rural area, how it has gone to up to prosperity. Talking about topic 8 now, conservation of resources. Okay, so conservation of resources, in this you have to talk about natural and man-made resources. For example, you have to talk about conservation of water, and here also conservation of forest, fuel, soil, etc. It means here we can also talk about sustainable development. So these are the easy topics which you have been studying since class 7th, I think. Okay, and this topic you will solve in the form of, you can draw a poster, you can do drawing, filmmaking, photography. Strictly you have to follow this form of activity. We have given the topic, and under that we have written form of activities. We have written here, after every topic it's written form of activities. The upgiven topic you have to perform in the form of activities, which options we have given. You can pick any one of the options, like you can make a poster, drawing, filmmaking, photography, skit play, anyone, and you have to make a video of that around 1 minute to 1.5. okay, and the last, I would say, 9th topic is fundamental rights. Yeah, okay, fundamental rights guaranteed by the constitution. Form of activity, so you have to talk about the fundamental rights which has been guaranteed to each citizen of India by the constitution, and the form of activity, and you will perform the activity through, you can draw about this brochure. What is brochure? A small book or a magazine containing pictures and information about products or services. Even you must have seen when we visit the restaurants, they show us the menu card in which they have various pictures and various information relating to the food items. In the same way, you can visit the shops, the furniture shops. You can visit a shops relating to clothing. In that they have brochures. Okay, the brochures, you can make a brochure, you can make a poster, skit play, compose poem. So you can show the fundamental rights by these activities. So you have to do a lot of research work, and these are very interesting activities, and you have lot of choices. You have got 9 topics, and under those 9 topics you have been given a option of form of various activities. Okay, so with this we come to the end of the art integrated activities. One thing will be that for your internal assessment, and the other thing is project work, that is you will make on disaster management. Okay, here you will not have any choices. This is common for all, and everyone has to do this project work on disaster management. And some of the important outlines I am telling you here. After making the cover page, that is where you will mention the school name, your project name, that is a disaster management, that is a topic, your teacher's name, your name, roll number, class. After that, the first page would be index, okay, in which you will mention the contents. Then you will write the acknowledgement. I have written what you will write in the acknowledgement. Here you supposed to write a thankful note to the people who have helped. So here we will mention the people who has helped you in completing this project. Okay, we will mention the name of those people. Then you have to create a certificate. Here you will prepare a write-up in the form of certificate, where you mention your name and title of project. So here you will mention your name, your title of the project, and also the name of your subject teacher under whose guidance you have completed this project. So in this certificate you have to mention all these 3 things. Okay, this will be the next page. Then you will start with the project title of the project, disaster management. Okay, then you will write what is disaster, first topic which you will write, and the first page will be what is disaster, meaning and definition of disaster. So it becomes easy. We have written in this bracket, so that you can write and you can make a research the meaning and definition of disaster. Then you will have to mention types of disaster, for instance natural and man-made disaster. Then what is disaster management, you will mention definition of disaster management, aim of disaster management, aim and objectives. So complete structure of this project has been given to you. You just have to make a research on the same topics, and you have to write in neat and clean handwriting, and you have to collect a lot of data like pictures, data, graphs, and important things which you can cover under these topics. Okay, type of disaster management, main 4 phases. Now you have to talk about important 4 phases of disaster management. First is mitigation. Mitigation means to minimize the degree of any loss or harm. Okay, then preparedness, response, recovery. You have to mention all these 4 phases. Then you have to write what are the causes of disaster, then the main effect of disaster, how can we prevent disaster. Page by page I am telling you that what are the topics you have to write after every page. Then you will make a research on how we can prevent disaster. In this you will see measures to stop or handle the disaster. Then another next page would be examples of different kinds of disasters. So now here you will mention examples of different kinds of disasters. For instance, you can see the examples here. Nuclear blast, chemical spills, explosion are the examples of man-made disaster. So you will make a separate division here, man-made disaster, where you can talk about nuclear blast, chemical spills, explosion. You will get various incidents around the world or in India. Then you will talk about natural disasters like flood, okay, earthquake are the examples of natural disaster. You can add more, and extensive cutting of the jungles, deforestation. You can talk about deforestation is the example of hybrid disasters. Okay, importance of disaster management you will talk about, and at the last, this is important, that is conclusion. After writing all these pages topic by topic we have explained, so it is very easy for you to now design your project work, and complete structuring has been done for you already. Lot of hard work has been done behind this PDF. So at last you will write the conclusion of 1 or a half page, okay, relating to this disaster management. And after that, last page of the file would be bibliography. What do you understand by bibliography? Bibliography, you will write all the sources, all the resources from you where you have collected the data, like magazines, various websites, NCERT books, or any other help books. So you'll mention the name of all the resources from where you have collected the data to complete your project file. Even the websites you can write from internet if you are using. Guidelines, some of the important guidelines are, it is instructed that you have to prepare handwritten. The project should be handwritten, it should not be typed, okay. The project should be in neat and clean handwriting. The project is to be done on interleaf. As you know, interleaf sheets are used, which is blank on the left hand side, where you have to paste pictures, you have to draw some maps or diagrams, or you can draw anything relating to disaster management. Color illustrations, map, chart may be hand drawn or printed. If you are using some map pictures, that can be printed or hand drawn, but the written part should be handwritten if it is relevant as respect to the project. Then avoid the use of whitener. In case if any mistake, redo the sheet. If there are any mistake, do not use lot of whitener. Try to make it neat and clean in a creative project work. You need to involve the project as a researcher. This is a very important point here. You need to involve in the project as a research. If we talk about art integrated project, or if I talk about this project work, both these are requiring your research work, because the aim of CBSE is art integrated. It means we want to add you, or we want to integrate you with the subject matter through art, so that in a creative way, in an interesting way, you learn. So but it would be important for you that you make your own research. Do not try to copy it or take the unnecessary help, where you can just make your own research. These topics are really easy and very relevant to you. So please go through this PDF. I shall be uploading it in your homework portal also, and at your class group also. So go through this PDF properly. Okay, thank you so much, and with this I will end this class now, this video.